Welcome back to the 2014 Masters Snooker. John Higgins going for a hat-trick of Masters titles over the course of the next 8 days. Certainly on course for a place in the quarterfinals, leading as he does against an out-of-sorts Stuart Bingham by 4 frames to 1. We've been playing, as you see, for just a shade over an hour and a half, and that man in your picture has really struggled. And there's another example, a long way out with that opening red.
Well, I can't believe how much he missed it by. Look at this again. Never threatened the pocket. Probably a little wary about bringing the cue ball away from the cushion and leaving reds on for John Higgins. But you've got to take those risks. The black was available. Oh, it looks like it was to the right corner. There's a pot success, 73%, and that's why he's 4-1 down, Stuart Bingham. 91, it's more than okay for John Higgins.
Yes, 90% is the benchmark, really, isn't it, for these top players when it comes to pot success. So 74, a long way below what's required for Bingham to get the better of a player as good as Higgins. Bingham has scored just 34 points in the last 3 frames. But that's a good opening red.
Yes, he knew he was going to be on the green. Played that cue ball to the cushion just in case. Really? But he hasn't played that one well. That was a terrible shot from Stuart Bingham. He'll be really disappointed with that one. It was a good chance and he snookered himself.
Sorry.
Big margin of error for Bingham, wasn't there, to get on his next red. Didn't hit the green with any real conviction, did he?
And he asked the referee to re-spot the green, which he did do, and it looks like he isn't snookered now.
Well, if you can see the edge of a red, it's a very, very fine margin.
Yes, and is it any good to him hitting it thin? Because if he takes the cue ball back to baulk, there's 2 reds up there. So waiting for John Higgins if he doesn't get it right. No, he's just playing into the back of them. Touch of right hand side on the cue ball.
Bingham will be frustrated once again then. A good opportunity to get some points on the board in a frame he surely has to win to maintain realistic hopes of victory.
Yes, and it was a good red, wasn't it, Phil? You know, he knocked in that good red to the middle. Easy green, easy position, and snookered himself. Frustration is the name of the game at the moment for Stuart Bingham.
It's a tough, tough game when things aren't going your way.
He'd like to play the cue ball into the green pocket area, but it's full of danger. That could leave a red to the left middle. That's a very good safety. Took the risk on getting the cannon to the yellow. No attempt at the double, just trying to get that cue ball tight on the cushion.
Touching.
Yes, didn't really want it touching. So no chance to get that cue ball tight on the black cushion. Well, he needed it to be dead on the cushion. Played to put the cue ball on the side cushion rather than the black cushion. The only problem with that is it gives John Higgins a chance to put this cue ball dead behind the black. Oh, he's underhit it by some distance. And he's left a red on. I think the red next to the black will go to the right corner. So easy to underhit things on a super fast table. But again, Stuart Bingham misses. It wasn't easy, but he misses the shot he should have got.
And that, I'm sure, the result of so little table time. Bingham has never really had his hand on the table in this match.
Yeah, just looking at that red again, it looked like he got a little kick there, you know. The red seemed to straighten it up. There's the pot success again.
One.
Well, one good pot on the black, and Higgins could have Bingham in all kinds of bother again. I wonder, he's shaking his head. This is not the start to 2014 that Bingham had in mind. The higher ranked player, remember, Stuart Bingham these days, ranked at 7 in the world at the moment, following some very consistent results in the past 18 months or so. Higgins, who, as we've mentioned, has been out of form, down at number 12, which is scarcely believable for one of the all-time greats to be outside the top 10, but I'm sure he has designs on getting right back to the top.
14.
Higgins 38. Ronnie O'Sullivan turned 38 just before Christmas, and we know what O'Sullivan did at the Crucible last spring, winning his 5th world title,
15.
one more than Higgins. So no earthly reason why this man shouldn't recapture the old magic. And the Masters would be a pretty good place to start.
70.
Yes, there's certainly good signs there for John Higgins.
18.
Made breaks of 50, 94, 65 in the last 3 frames. Every chance of making a decent break here.
23. 24.
Aside from the 48 break from Bingham in the 2nd frame, which he won, of course, on a respotted black, he's failed to make anything more than 20-something.
31.
Yeah, so when he takes this red, there's a red in the middle of that cluster that will go to the left corner. And that will really open things up. Oh, he nearly missed that.
32.
And that cue ball has just gone a little bit too far. Didn't detect a kick.
Certainly pinched every last millimetre of the pocket.
Good angle to go into them. Or play up for that red in baulk. Chose to go into them and it's worked out nicely. He's on a red to the right corner. Should be able to move up towards the blue.
39.
Some nice action on the cue ball there.
$40. 45.
Mark Selby, remember, awaits the winner of this one in the quarterfinals. Selby having seen off a fine comeback earlier today by Mark Davis, who trailed 4-0 and then 5-2 to win his 9th final frame decider at the Masters in 9 attempts. Extraordinary statistic in favour of Selby, to underline just what a tenacious, resilient character he is under
51.
pressure. Selby chasing his 4th Masters title
52.
over the course of the next week. Higgins is 3rd.
Yes, he's down in the doldrums, isn't he? Knows he's going to be 5-1 down.
That looks a
57.
certainty now. Red in a high value colour.
58.
Well, Bingham can only tie if Higgins pots the blue.
$63. Yes, a quick glimpse at the scoreboard tells him he just needs the red. Bingham already knows. In it goes.
64.
So another frame-winning
69.
break this for John Higgins.
$70.
And that's the key, isn't it? To punish your opponent's mistakes. clinical fashion.
Something that Stuart Bingham hasn't done. He's had chance to, because John Higgins was missing
77.
the early part of this match. But now fully in control. A little nudge on the red develops it. No reason. He shouldn't make a century break now.
Came close in the fourth frame, breaking down on 94.
83.
But Higgins has just got stronger and stronger.
84.
This is much more like the sort of player that has lifted those 25 career ranking titles. 4 of them world titles, 3 of them UK crowns, 2 of them Masters.
89. $91. 94. 98.
His highest break of the match. Stand by for the applause.
103.
The crowd enjoying this display of skill from Higgins. And what a pot that was on the pink.
109.
Century number 545 of a glittering career, and he's not going to bother
John Higgins
with the black. John Higgins in imperious form then, as he storms into a 5 frames to 1 lead over Stuart Bingham.